let's go down to our time restriction match here between Gabriel Nicholas on Sultai Ramp and Yusuke Iwata on Maru Winoda again. So I wonder if these two players work together. Excited to look at the deck list to try and figure that one out there.
Yeah, and this one is right down to the wire. Before, it felt like Inglis kind of had all of those conditional answers line up well, but now Nicholas has an Aether Gust, a Nissa, and a Dream.
And this list looks very much like Jacob's exact 75 exact main deck, from the Players Tour Finals, with some sideboard updates to reflect the new world that we live in now.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? How much do you actually want to mess with the main board formula if you're planning on that being the thing that's good in an open field anyway?
And this is kind of how you draw it up for Iwata, who's applying pressure while dodging some of this conditional interaction. Hull is at the top for Nicholas, staving off the beatdown a little bit, taking down the Bazu's Lieutenant. But Iwata has a 3-4 Kaizel Freebooter here. Gets to deploy Loudstep Reaver and Petrogantha into their hand as a companion.
And that 3-4 is some great sizing against cards like Nissa, who shakes the world.
Which right now, stranded in Nicholas's hand and missing that 5th land drop, which he does find after casting Uro. And now Gigantha. We thought Elks were gone from Magic Hammer, but after Oko was banned, but Gigantha still holding down the fort. That one's going to run into an Aether Gust right here, though. Or maybe not, but you can just activate Castle Embereth, put Nicholas down to 4.
That Aether Gust is face up, you just shock, and it's all just like you drew it up.
And now, even Nissa, who shakes the world, not enough to stabilize on this board.
But is Nissa plus Uro good enough?
Is that even in play?
We can Nissa, leaving up Zagoth Triumph, float blue-green, untap it with Nissa, float blue-green Uro.
That leaves us with only one blocker, though, so a lot of good top decks that could just slam the door shut for Iwata.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Seems like Uro escaping from the graveyard, a more reliable line here.
Sure, and this makes sense. The idea here is you get Uro and Aether Gust anyway, but you're not exposing your Nissa to anything.
And you see the power of the life gain here from Uro. Iwata gained 3 life from the first casting of, or Nicholas, gained 3 life from the first casting of Uro, gaining 3 again when it escapes, up to 7 now instead of 1. So that 6 life buffer could be the difference between stabilizing and losing this game on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Having Aether Gust here is a way to just basically check a base, where the most important part of the previous turn was just getting Uro onto the battlefield, not necessarily the Nissa. But having Uro plus Gust means there isn't some nightmare scenario of a Judith or a Winoda coming down to just literally end the game on the spot.
But look at this. If just as Freebooter comes in, we get to activate Castle Embereth. Nicholas down to 3. And so now that forces some kind of play, maybe an attack from Nicholas the following turn. We could also have sent both of our other creatures in just to chip in 2 more damage and force that line.
Counterpoint, how do you feel about another Uro?
I like it. Just revitalize, that might be exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation.
I mean, revitalize in this context is effectively undoing most of Iwata's previous turn.
That is a time walk. And Growth Spiral was already kind of a time walk. This is an actual time walk. Uro gets to attack here. Even holding up Aether Gust for good measure.
Nicholas making sure that this Triumph isn't about to be lost to a double block.
How do we feel about Hydro Crisis as a blocker for Kaizel Freebooter?
I feel like Iwata has one more turn to make this happen.
Yeah, I think that card right there, that needed to be something good, but I don't know what that could be with Aether Gust giving coverage against a card like Winoda or Judith.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine what exactly could have done it. Maybe Basri's Lieutenant makes your attack slightly better? Even that, just... ugh.
Iwata was agonizingly close to slamming the door shot on this game. But as so often it's a story, Emma, Uro, and then Uro again, and then Uro again, put Gabriel Nicholas's life total out of reach.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Iwata might have only been able to deal 30 damage this game, and that just isn't going to cut it in an Uro world.
And we join this game in progress. This is one of those games which you look back on as a Iwata and think, did I miss 1 point of damage? Did I leave something on the table anywhere, given how razor thin the margins in this game were? But looks like Gabriel Nicholas, you can stabilize his, going to have this one in the bag. Join David Inglis atop the standings at 5-0, also with Sultai Ramp.
And this was the draw to playing Sultai Ramp last format as well, is that it was one of the decks with all of these Doomblade effects that could line up the best against Questing Beast and friends. And now that there isn't anything like Wilderness Reclamation to necessitate a bunch of spell hate, now Sultai is really just leaning in completely to these sorts of effects, and it's paying off for Nicholas in a big way.
And you hate to see this if you're a Iwata. Your opponent meticulously tapping lands, all of them, with Nissa on the battlefield.
Please just be escaping Uro. Please just be escaping Uro.
Just cycle a Triumph, please. Anything but what I know it is. I was going to send Nicholas back up to 15 life now.
Oh.
Second Crisis and a second Gust. Don't even want that second Gust. Don't want it. Don't need it. The rarely seen activation on Adrenal's Enforcer.
And Iwata just trying to find a way to go wide around this battlefield right now.
And there it is. Gabriel Nicholas takes game 3.